Hello, everyone. You're listening to Alternative Revelations with Linda Emanuel. And this is podcast number 111. And it is probably the most important podcast I'll ever do up to now. It is a very serious podcast, and it is a message from Creator. And if the following resonates with you, so be it. If not, just disregard it. And in no way am I trying to instill fear or panic. This is going to be a warning, a way for you to protect yourself. So I have a friend, I'm going to tell you a little bit about some prophecy that I was given back in 2001. A really well-known intuitive psychic told me I had turned my life over to God in 1999, and I told God I would do anything for Creator. It didn't matter what, I would lay down my life for Creator. And this psychic said to me, "Do you know you are chosen?" And then he started channeling, and he said, "Death will walk the earth, and you will tell people where to go to be safe." Well, I didn't know what he was talking about. He didn't know what they were talking about. And then when I found out about mycoplasma, I just assumed it was about mycoplasma. I had no idea what was coming up. And how did they know 19 years ago that was what was going to be happening right now? It's just amazing how they can look into the future. So this is what's been happening. I've been getting messages from Creator about the 5G, and it's going to be underground. And this is what happened in New York City. The 5G was all underground in Chicago, New York City, Wuhan, Milan, Seattle. They were all testing the waters about the 5G underground. These people didn't even know what hit them. And you already know what 5G does to the oxygen. It causes the atoms or the electrons to spin, and you can't your hemoglobin can't uptake your oxygen, and you have a slow suffocation, and you will die. And that's what was happening in New York City. And it really was a big trauma for me, and I won't go into that. So I collaborate with my friend Joanne, who I met about 4 or 5 years ago, and she's better than I am as far as connecting with Source. She hears a lot more than I do. So tonight we were just having a conversation, and I was telling her that I came out with a podcast about their plans for October, and I said, "Would you confirm that?" And she said, "Yes, it is." So we started going over the cities that are going to be under full attack in October, and we came up with a list. And I'm going to eventually have the safe zones. There are so many cities, you will not believe what they are going to do in October. And we do have a way for you to protect yourself. We're not just going to leave you out there hanging what to do. And I'm going to list, this is a partial list of cities that are going to be hot spots in October. And these Jesuits, our handlers, whoever you want to call these people, the Luciferians, whoever, the Satanists, whatever you want to call them, the ones who control the world, they're planning on turning the 5G underground on in these cities and these states. And there's so many of them that I'm going to have to go over them more carefully. So I'll have more podcasts on this, but this is just a heads up. And you might want to have some plan of action, because there will be lockdowns in these cities, and people will be trapped in these cities like New York City. They'll be trapped like rats, and there's going to be mass genocide. And Joanne and we figured out that we asked God to serve, and this is a way to serve God. And we never in our imagination thought we would ever be doing this together. No way are we trying to instill fear. So these are some hot spots, and they're not in alphabetical order. I wrote these down as we confirmed them between each other, and the following are hot spots. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma will be a hot spot. Cape Girardeau, Missouri will be a hot spot. Poplar Bluff, Missouri will be a hot spot. These are cities in Missouri. South Haven, Mississippi will be a hot spot, but the rest of Mississippi we're getting later. Oahu, Hawaii, hot spot. There will be spots in Canada. We have to go over the map, Joanne and I, because we're not familiar that much with Canada. But Vancouver, British Columbia, I think it's called, that will be a hot spot. San Juan, Puerto Rico, hot spot. Wichita, Kansas, hot spot. Parts of New Jersey, we haven't determined yet, are going to be a hot spot. Atlanta, Georgia, you're going to be a hot spot. Chicago, Illinois, you're going to be a hot spot. New York City, again, you're going to be a hot spot. Dallas, Fort Worth, you will be a hot spot. Phoenix, Arizona, hot spot. Colorado Springs, hot spot. Or Colorado Springs, Colorado. Edwardsville, Illinois, a hot spot. South Dakota, parts of the state will be a hot spot. Portland, Oregon, you will be a hot spot. Parts of New Jersey will be a hot spot. Parts of Pennsylvania will be a hot spot. Some of these I might be repeating. East St. Louis, Illinois, right across the river from St. Louis, is going to be a hot spot. Eureka, Missouri, which is a suburb of St. Louis, is a hot spot. Chesterfield, Missouri, will be a hot spot. Other places: El Dorado, Kansas, hot spot. Mineola, Kansas, hot spot. Sandy Hook, Connecticut, hot spot. Now I'm going to go over some cities that will be safe for the time being in October. Doesn't mean that you're going to be safe forever. Some of these are going to turn on later. Some of the safe spots in Texas: San Antonio, Houston. Nevada, you will be a safe spot. St. Louis City will be a safe spot. St. Louis County, safe spot. Savannah, Georgia, you are a safe spot. Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, your states are safe so far. Ohio, Arkansas, your states are safe so far. North and South Carolina, you will be safe in October. South Dakota is later. Utah is later. Wisconsin is later. Minnesota, safe spot. More. Maine, safe spot. Sandy Hook, Connecticut was a hot spot, but the rest of Connecticut we're getting as a safe spot. Massachusetts, you're safe. Alaska, you're safe. Florida's safe. Alabama, safe. Michigan, later. Nebraska, safe. New Mexico, safe. Iowa, safe. California, later. Now we're going to go over, it's going to be a big job to do this. We're going to go over each city and find there's going to be safe spots in these cities. And I will let you know where they are. Like in New York City, for example, when they turned the 5G on in New York, Manhattan was a safe spot and parts of Long Island was a safe spot. So I will go over each city, my friend and I will, and we will confirm it, and we will go over it many times to make sure, because we're in no way are we trying to instill any kind of panic, but this is a heads up, and this is a very serious situation, because Joanne and I would rather be talking lollipops and rainbows and butterflies, because we're very spiritual and we believe in love and do no harm, but we also ask God to serve God, and this is a way for us to be serving God because we can communicate with the other side. Now these are all plans. And also, this is one of the last things I got to bring up. These metal plates you see across your streets, those are going to be conductors for the underground 5G. And you have to stay 30 feet away from these fiber optics underground 5G. So I'm in no way trying to instill any panic, and I'm going to be having more podcasts, and we'll be going over the states with a fine-tooth comb and telling you exactly where safe zones are. It takes a long time to go through, like, say, for instance, the area of Chicago or New York City or one of these, like Dallas, Fort Worth, and Phoenix. Last couple months ago, I went over the whole entire area of Phoenix and pointed out the safe zones, and I don't know if they have changed. But this is real. This is not a joke. I am in no way trying to panic people. This is a heads up. And Joanne and I, we had such brain drains that we couldn't go on. We had to stop because I said to Joanne, we need to rest our brains so we can listen to Creator and find out what to tell people to do. And there are a few things you can do to protect yourself, and we're not going to leave you out there hanging. So this is a very, very serious podcast, and this 5G is a way to kill a lot of people, and they're going to blame it on the coronavirus, and they're going to lock down these cities, and it's going to be unreal. And if you're savvy, if you understand what's going on, you will be able to protect yourself. So be aware, prepare, and be safe from the 5G. And I will be following up on this podcast. Hopefully YouTube won't knock it out, won't knock it down, but it will be on Brighteon. It will be on my website, www.lindaemanuel.com. I wouldn't be surprised if YouTube knocks this out. They knocked my Donald Trump expose out. They knocked other things out. They knocked my GF out when I told the truth about GF. And before I sign off, there are parts of Canada that will be under attack, but Joanne and I have to get the big map out and go over that with a fine-tooth comb. But we got Vancouver for sure. So until next time, be safe and God bless.